today I think, Dave, we're gonna address the issue of Mike Weir. As most people know, he failed to win the Canadian Open again.
Finished fifth,
which I think that he's gonna go down as one of the most sort of overhyped athletes, Canadian athletes in sort of recent memory. He won the Masters, that was fine, but we're living in the era, I mean, in case anybody's forgotten, in the era of Tiger Woods. And, you know, Mike Weir, okay, he won the Masters, did one good thing, but what has he done since, right? He's not one of the sort of lead golfers I don't see, and he really doesn't compete on the same footing with the Tiger Woods.
My problem with Mike Weir is a little bit of what people were talking about coming out of the last Canadian Open, saying that it's tough for a Canadian to win a Canadian Open. It's very tough for Mike Weir to win a Canadian Open because it's in Canada. That should be the motivating factor. That should, I think, when great athletes step up, they step up because those issues are factored into the greater event, right? It propels them to want to succeed because of it, rather in spite of it. And it's not because he's weak. This part of his game, that part of his mental makeup is maybe not quite as strong. I'm just saying that's kind of hard. It's hard to, for me, it's hard to take issue with an athlete on those grounds.
Another thing I will mention though is, like, how many years ago did he win the Masters, by the way?
Yeah, maybe
5 years ago.
More than that, I think. Yeah. Are we too forgiving a sporting nation?
I think we are too forgiving.
Yeah, we're pretty hard on.
We tend to embrace some of our athletes and kind of, deify them somehow and make them bigger than what they are. And to be so kind of, the Canadian press, like, they get so worked up. Mike Weir, and he comes in fifth.
If Mike Weir were the seventh defenseman on the Toronto Maple Leafs, he'd be vilified. He'd be taped up against the wall. Right now, he's sleepwalking through the middle part of his career, and he gets a standing ovation when he comes onto the 18th for finishing fifth in his home tournament. Yeah. There's something, I think, wrong with that.
So no offense to my fellow Canadian Mike Weir. I think it's great that he won a Masters. But in the end, I feel that he hasn't done enough to really, garner this kind of adulation and this ridiculous kind of respect from the Canadian press. And we hope that he does win, but we are living in the era of Tiger Woods.
You don't hope that he wins.